on the topic of Cambridge Analytica, I've got a little passage here I'd like to read you and the audience, just to give you all a bit of context of who might be using this data, because it's not a total unknown as to who's been working on it. So, who built the app? The NHS, partly. There was rumours that a company called Faculty AI were doing the modelling research that will configure and optimise the NHS X app. But on Friday the 1st of May, Faculty AI's co-founding chief executive Mark Warner wrote in the Times that despite claims by some, we are not working on the contract tracing app. So it's not them. Oh, no, it is. Thanks to the Byline Times, and I will link the article, they haven't managed to pull the wool over on this one. As a paper published by Oxford University's Big Data Institute, the paper we've been reading from today, appears to totally contradict this flat denial from Warner, confirming that Faculty is/was directly involved in the modelling research that will configure and optimise the NHSX app. So, the paper describing the Institute's model released on the 16th of April, the Oxford one, identifies 3 faculty employees as its co-authors, 2 faculty senior data scientists, along with faculty customer engineer Bryn Matthias. According to an official Oxford University press notice, the epidemiological model developed by the Big Data Institute team with faculty support will help configure a contact tracing app for coronavirus. The model offers several safe configurations to introduce an app and a framework to optimise the app after its release. They lied about it because, well, there's got to be a reason, and guess what? Yak knows what it is. Mark Warner's brother, so the chief executive of Faculty AI, his brother, Ben Warner, is currently a number 10 advisor on digital solutions, who as a formal principal at Faculty, previously known as ASI Data Science to our data experts out there, worked closely with Dominic Cummings on Vote Leaves modelling. At the time, this modelling was being overseen by Canadian data firm Aggregate IQ, AIQ, which in turn was owned by notorious data mining firm Cambridge Analytica. So, last year, the final report of a select committee parliamentary inquiry concluded the work of AIQ highlights the fact that data has been and is still being used extensively by private companies to target people, often in a political context, in order to influence their decisions. Both the Warner brothers and Dominic Cummings have attended meetings of the government's Scientific Advisory Group on Emergencies, so the SAGE meetings you've all been hearing about. So these guys that are lying about having anything to do with the data, the modelling used for the data app, also happen to be related to advisors of the government who also happen to be workmates of Dominic Cummings, who all just happened to work for the same companies together, who all just happen to be the companies abusing our data rights. And prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, along with several other companies, the firm had a contract with the UK government to build a £250 million AI lab for NHSX. Over a period of 18 months, Faculty has had at least 7 government contracts worth nearly £1 million. I'm not telling you what to think here, I'm merely putting out what I think is important context. The people that you wouldn't have wanted to do this are the ones doing it.
It's like
literally.
It's like pantomime villains, isn't it? Like politics.
It's just the fact that no one realises that it's the same guy that fucked us over last year. Oh well, he's probably changed. Like, do you know what I mean? What's he doing there? Their company has been thrown to the. Do you know what I mean? That should be buried in history, Cambridge Analytica. It's a scandal. Now they're working in the government. They're in on the SAGE meetings, which are supposed to be between scientists.
Well, it's one of them things, isn't it?
Everything we've been alluding to.
It reminds me of the whole thing of Hannibal Lecter when he's in the
famous scene.
The one when he's like, a good society will either put me to use or kill me. It
Yeah.
reminds me of that. The whole
Yeah.
the fact that they're using these people. I don't know, because of the times that it's in it. Are they using them because it's like, well, you know, we need it now, and
It's because they all know what they're going to do with the data after. That's what I think it is. Personally, though, that's a personal opinion.
don't get hiked. Got to be
Yeah.
careful. No, it is. Yeah.
Like, surely there's better firms with better reputations that aren't also related to you and aren't also your previous workmates. There's got to be
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Well, I guess
know
I
there
guess the
is.
thing is, regardless of the ethical.
Tories sorting their mates out.
Yeah, but it is. But the other thing is, regardless of the ethical standpoint of it, or looking at it through the ethics glasses, they were pretty good at what they did, regardless of whether it's good. Regardless of the, I'd say, the ethical implications of it, but they were pretty bloody good at what they did in order to, you know, use the data in that way, and use it to aid what they did.
But does that mean they'd be as good as anyone else at producing a fairer use of data?
Well, yeah, that's it. It's one of these things that there's. I think a lot of this stuff.
Someone that can sell crack well isn't necessarily going to be a good car salesman.
Yeah, true.
Or a businessman, do you know what I mean?
But I suppose...
what you're saying is completely true, though. Cambridge Analytica fucking smashed.
They did.
And if they hadn't have been caught, they'd still be absolutely smashing it.
They to be fair, they found loopholes in systems. It was unethical, but
it's unethical, but I think we can both have respect for the idea of questioning, finding loopholes, things like that. It's part of the human journey.
Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty, he's got this underlying respect for him, hasn't he? Even though he's a criminal.
Yeah, 100%.
He's a clever guy.
100%.
But it is interesting to think at times like this, because one of the sort of consensus at the minute is these unprecedented times. The amount of times I've said that in emails or seen it in emails, I tried to not say it too much, but the amount of times I've seen
it's nearly as bad as the Blitz or wartime.
The amount of times I've had, like, hope you're keeping safe, these unprecedented times. If I search my inbox right now for unprecedented times, guarantee I'm going to get at least 60 hits.
It won't take any emails out. It will just be the same
exactly.
list. It won't change.
But the in these unprecedented times, it's interesting to see how the government is behaving, because it's almost like we're seeing like a Cold War government again.